anyone who stood in his way.
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes.
누가
I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house. I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
누가 거짓말을
What
하는
exactly
걸까?
were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
Thank you, miss.
Everyone has gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
포자를 들이마셨다. 그리고 빛을 대다가
When Montague
그냥
Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment
내가
on the
생각했던 건 다
ventilation
틀렸네.
system.
너무 단순했다. 여기서 떨어뜨린다라.
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
The power is on. The engine cannot be started. The engine has started.
이제 다시 끄면 돼?
The ventilation system is working.
뭐야 이게 아니야? 뭐 또 해야 돼? 아 여기구나.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial
그래
collection
왔는지
room.
모르잖아.
Excellent. This ventilation fan is working. Let us see if I can activate the other one.
그래, 여기서 보면서 도착했을 때 틀었을 거 아니야, 환기 장치를.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window. Perfect. Now I just need to find Watson to check the result.
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these
떨어지네.
caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
그러니까. 부족하대. 더 찾아야 돼. 뭐 덜 했나 본데. 식물학의 소양이 깊지 않다. 그렇긴 해. 신성 연구에는 몬테규 던을 살해하기 위해 놓고 갔다? 음모는 아닌 것 같은데. 체포하라고? 왜 체포하라고 하는 거지? 끝나는 거 아닌 것 같은데? 체포하고 뭔가 더 있나?
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
이렇게 끝이라고? 뭐야, 어디 갔어? 아, 이미 잡아갔나? 이렇게 그냥 끝난다고요? 신문 같은 거 하려나?
Locked. Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
잠시 후. 뭔가 더 있나? 일단 식물도 찾긴 찾아야 되고.
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to hurry. Martin Hamish...
근데 대형 온실이 어디야? 재배용 온실인가? 씨, 괜히 일로 왔잖아. 바로 옆이잖아. 이러면 다 안 맞네.
Holmes, my God!
Yes. We found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed.
아이고.
Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
지옥 같은 삶을 살게 되었다. 견디기 힘들어진다. 몬테규는 죽어 마땅했지만 손에 피를 묻힌 스스로를 용서할 수가 없다. 해미쉬 일가는 항상 비극적인 상황의 희생양일 뿐이었다. 나 역시 마찬가지다. 지금 이 자리에서 이제까지 이를 속죄하고자 한다. 안녕히 계시길. 아닌 것 같은데.
Holmes, his left shoe is unique. This
그래,
anomaly
왼쪽만
is often
달아 있어.
characteristic of-
오른쪽은
A
멀쩡한데.
club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key
내
element
반쪽?
of this
그게
case.
뭐야? 내 반쪽이 뭐야? 곤봉발? 선천적으로 발바닥이 안쪽으로 향해 있다. 그러면 왼쪽 발만 안쪽으로, 발바닥이 안쪽으로 돼 있는 거야? 근데 이게 왜 그거지?
The mark around the neck is very visible. He died instantly.
정강이뼈 비틀림으로 고생했다. 그럼 달릴 수가 없나? 그러네, 뛸 수가 없네. 그러네, 식물관의 문을 잠그고 환기장치를 작동시킬 만한 여유가 없었다. 공범? 공범까지? 다른 사람이 범인이 아니라? 그러면은
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
공범이라고 생각을 해야 되나?
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his
혼자서 다 할 수도
workbench to
없으니까
trigger the
어떤
fan
사람이라도
situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his
아닌가?
foot.
Well, it is still possible.
Perhaps, but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took place that day.
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
The map at the entrance of Kew Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let us analyze the facts and statements so that we may recreate the events of that morning.
30분경 종자 보관실. 뭐야 이거? 라고 S는 뭐야? 아, 이걸 확인. 만나고. 그렇죠? 뭐야? 뒷뜰. 둘 중에 하나잖아. 어쨌든 파란색이네. 이렇게는 안 되잖아. (10시경에) 아, 10분 후 여기 있네. 마틴 해미쉬와 마가렛 화이트 10시경의 대화. 그리고 40분까지 실험실에 있었으며 걸리나무인데 이게? 아, 이게 아니라 아이씨. 이건가? 아니 뭐 아씨 정신 차려 똑바로 해. 자 만났고 이렇게인가? 아 저걸
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room.
그래.
He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time. Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
다 찾았네. (10분) escape from 그거 재밌다고 하던데. 해보세요. 극한의 생존 게임 아닌가? 뭘까? 물어봐야 되나?
Let us summarize. Martin Hamish was last seen at Albert. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door, more than enough time.
뭐야, 사람 다 없네? 다들 어디 갔어? 더 불타고 있나?
Dry tropics.
열한 시 20분? (320) 연구실? (320이) 없는데?
Here it is. Cylinder records.
These plants, classified as shrubs or grasses, have adapted to their arid environment due to a system of underground roots.
This recording seems very long. It is unnecessary to listen to all of it. Miss White was in the laboratory, as she told us.
그러면 하나밖에 없잖아. 그냥 해. 그리고 선천은 없고요. 이유가 어찌됐든 사람을 죽이는 건 잘못된 겁니다.
What happened, Inspector?
It's all over now, lad. There is no use denying it. We know that you murdered your father. Patricide by plant poisoning. Very alliterative.
What? You're mad. I didn't do it. I don't know anything about botany. No!
환기장치만 켰겠지. 어? 아니라고? 뭐야? 말도 안 돼. 너무 쉽게 결정했나? 아니. 잘 봐. 여기 있었어. 여기 있던 얘가 환기장치를 켜고 얘가 열고 이렇게 되잖아.
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door. Albert, Miss White. Perfect one. Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside.
문을 잠그기만 하면 되는 거네. 작동은.
Martin Hamish was last
맞다.
seen
내가
at
착각을
10:10.
했구나.
This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed,
내가 착각을
it is
했네.
doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door.
그러네.
More than
내가
enough
착각을
time.
했네.
Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in
결국
killing Montague Dunn.
틀렸네. 잘못 잡았네. 미안하다. 너무 급하게 선택했어.
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
왜 일로 왔지?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using
머리를
it. I
쓰라고요?
do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining. The deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal
여기서 또
yourself
싸우나?
behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop! I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No, it's too late.
잡아!
Well done, Watson.
Phew.
She was not faking.
Miss White, you have no right to take your own life.
Dr. Watson? Did you just save me? Or worse?
실수했고요. 어쨌든 끝났다. 난 바보였네.